What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, back in the Crown, and I figure I would give you guys a 1 year review of the Crown. It's been almost a year now since I got myself this bad boy, and I figure I'd cover some things that maybe I wish I knew at the beginning, frequently asked questions, things like that. So let's just roll the intro and jump on in. So let's have a chat. Let's have a chat about these crowns, because I know there's always a bunch of questions that people ask. I know it's on the modern crown pages and people get very angry about questions being asked many times. So maybe I can cover a few of them right now. You can have a look at this video, save asking the questions. I don't know. Feel free to ask them anyway, doesn't bother me. All right, so question number one, fuel consumption. I know that's a big question people ask because a lot of people want one of these as a daily, like I use mine. It's actually really good. For a V8, it's really, really good. So I used to drive a little Audi 2 litre turbo diesel. It would get like 750 Ks to a tank. My Crown gets 550 Ks to a tank. Like, that's pretty good for a V8. I do drive kind of in a hilly trek most of the time, stop start at lights, traffic, all that sort of stuff. So to get about 500, 550 out of it in that condition, pretty good in my opinion, especially when you get to drive a car like this, because it is a dream to drive. Now, something you should be aware of, I didn't know this when I bought the car, the ASC 680 air controller. Everyone be aware, this just modifies your factory suspension, which isn't technically let's say engineered to do what we're wanting to do. It's engineered to go from normal to high and then back down to normal. It's not really designed to go from normal to hyper low and then to really high. So when you do go to hyper low mode and then go to the high mode, it's going to go through 2 duty cycles. So it's going to take like 20 minutes to get there. It's going to be like a few minutes to get to normal, but then it's going to take another, I don't know, 10-15 minutes to reset the duty cycle and go that last bit for you. So be aware that is a thing. If you've gone full aftermarket air, don't worry about it. If you've gone coilovers, don't worry about it. But it is a thing that you should be aware of this, because yeah, you're taking it far beyond what I guess Toyota expected it to do, but it can do it. It just takes a little bit of time. Another thing now, this kind of covers all cars with 20s. I've never had a car with 20s. All my cars have had 19s or 18s, but this has 20s and it has really stretched tires. The ride becomes a little bit rough. When I put the Supra's 19s on this that have a lot higher profile tire, drove a lot nicer. So any of you guys that have had 20s and have jumped down to 19s or vice versa, I reckon you've probably noticed a difference as well. So guys, be aware, if you want this to just be like a real cruisy ride, probably go 19s. Personally, I prefer the look of the 20s, and the harsher ride, I'm willing to sacrifice that for the looks, because I love looking at this car and just going, yeah, that looks sick. You guys know what I'm talking about. When you look at your Crown and it's sacked out on the floor, you know exactly what I mean. It really just lights a fire in you. The infotainment system, it's something that you guys need to be aware of. Probably all of you already know this, but if you don't, if you're fresh looking into Crowns, it's all in Japanese. Now, as far as I'm aware, the 186, the one I have, there is no Japanese to English translation. I know other models of Crowns you can actually get, there's a company out there and they like do a download and you can get it all put in English. The 186, from what I'm aware, doesn't have that no one's done that yet. If I'm wrong, write it in the comments, let me know, because I'm interested in that. Now, it does factory have a Bluetooth for phone calls, but not for music. So if you've seen, I've added the Bluetooth adapter into the back. If you want to see that, just check the link, it'll be to that video. I've also done the mirroring kit. Again, if you want to see that, check the link, go check that video out. That is good, it's very good, I'm very happy with that. but I have recently seen these guys talking about the Navi Plus. It's like a Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, Bluetooth, GPS, whole device that they can integrate into your factory setup. If I made my decision again, I would probably have gone that straight away. Also, depending on money, the systems I have, maybe 250 Aussie dollars. I think that one is over it's about 500, 600, 700 at a, just off the top of my head. Can't remember the exact figures, so don't quote me, but I know that is more expensive than this, but it's better quality than just doing the Bluetooth and the phone mirroring. Your choice, your car. I'll stick with this for a bit, and then maybe Navi Plus want to work with me in the future, and we can do a full install video and get it out to you guys. Be aware, guys, the exhaust on these cars, when they are factory, they are dead silent. If you want dead silent, if you want a real sleeper, go for these. They are quiet. I've got an axle back and it just gives it a bit of a note. I obviously, in previous videos, I have said that I'm going to be doing the valving system to bypass my resonator, and then I can, put it back with the press of a button. That will make it louder again. I want a bit of a louder note, so I can go that option. But be aware, these are very, very quiet cars from factory. So yeah, if you want it quiet, great, it already is. If you don't, be aware you're gonna have to put some sort of exhaust on it. They sound great, but it's an additional cost. And probably one of the other big things that people ask about is parts. Can you get parts? Are they readily available? Things like that. Now, between specifically the 186 there and some other models, there is a crossover. So that crossover is with some Lexus models. I think it's the GS430 and the LS430. So there are some parts that interchange. So you can go to Repco. Now, keep in mind, Repco actually do have listings for these Majestas, but if they don't, a lot of parts do correspond with the other models. So if you do a bit of research, you can probably save yourself importing it from Japan and things like that, because you can just go straight down to Repco. But then you do have that option of getting it from Japan as well. So there are parts you just might have to wait for them a little bit. It's a part and parcel of owning a Japanese car. So that's kind of it. A quick review for you guys a year after me having this car. I love it, man. Like, this thing is sick. I go to get in it wherever I am. I look at it and it just makes me smile. It's a really nice car. I'm really picky with cars. A lot of the time I get bored of them really quickly. I thought I'd like the Audi and I didn't. I've bought a few cars and that's happened. This one, it hasn't happened. It's been 12 months so far and I still love it. I still go out to the car after the gym or whatever and I'm like, man, I get to drive that home. End of a bad day and you just go, get to drive my Crown home. Sweet. It's a really enjoyable car. I have been quite lucky. This one has looked after me. I know some people out there have some, issues with theirs, but things like the cracking of the dashes, they can be fixed. Guys can come out and fix that kind of thing. I've actually got a dash mat on mine because the top of mine isn't cracked, and I got a really nice dash mat off of AliExpress, 60 bucks, all leather, came in mint. Things like that. Real easy little things you can do, and you can find easy cheap mods for these as well. Granted, I haven't seen a lot of power mods, but that's not really what I'm aiming for on this car. So if that is something you're aiming for, you probably have to look a little bit deeper. Superchargers, things like that. I know you can get ones that bolt straight on. So if that's the path you want to go down it. Oh, side note, the FM frequency, guys, it's going to be shorter because it's a Japanese car. You'll have to get an extender to extend the range of the frequency if you want to run that. I actually personally don't run the radio ever. I know it might sound weird. I just don't listen to the radio. I like to just kind of be in my own space, listen to Spotify, listen to playlists, listen to podcasts, stuff like that. I'd rather listen to that than the radio personally. But if you like listening to the radio, you'll need the FM extender. But yeah, guys, I keep saying that, the Crown project's almost done. It never is. I mean, I've got the exhaust valving system I'm going to be doing. I'm going to run the Starlight roof. I've got the sunroof in here, so obviously I can't do it there, but I can do it all down the back here, up the sides, and then across the front. So I'll be doing one of those as well. Probably next time, so there's still things to come. I'm probably going to upgrade the air compressor. at some point. I might let this one die first, or if I get really sick and tired of going through the duty cycles, I might just upgrade it. Because for me, looking down a kind of a path of when things fail, if my airbags fail, I'll probably go aftermarket, and then that will mean full system. But if my compressor fails first, I'll probably upgrade that to a Viair one, and then when the bags go, upgrade them, etc, etc. I like to upgrade instead of just replace if I can, so make it a little bit better. But that also depends what you guys want to see and how money's going, really, because aftermarket air systems aren't cheap. Don't think you're going to get away with $1,000, because you're not, especially if you want a good one. So guys, I hope this has been helpful. If you're looking into getting a crown, go and get one, man. They're sick. I love them. They're priced well. People love them. I get stopped all the time. I've said it before, I get stopped on this car more than I get stopped on the Supra. People see me in the Supra and they're like, oh yeah, that is a Supra. You know, people see me in this and they're just like, they come over and they're like, what is that? And you start having a big chat. Everyone loves them. So yeah, they're great. Year in, still love it, still think it's great, and cannot wait to drive this tomorrow. So guys, I hope this has been helpful. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. See you guys.